That's a little hot. There we go. I went through my crawling phase, went through my diaper phase, went through my thumb sucking phase, went through my dinosaur phase, went through my Legos phase, went through my Lincoln Logs phase, went through my baseball cards phase, went through my Saturday morning cartoons, Saved by the Bell phase. Went through my Paula Abdul phase, went through my Pearl Jam phase, went through my Zeppelin phase, went through my Bowie phase, went through my girls are stupid phase, went through my girls are awesome phase, went through another girls are stupid phase. Yeah, but what phase is this? Lord, tell me what phase. And how long do I get to keep it? All we do is change. All we do is change. So tell me, how long do I get to keep this phase? I went through my teenage phase, no smiling for pictures phase. I went through my hippie phase, and my long hair, and my barefoot phase. And I went through my I'm gonna be a teacher phase. It lasted about half of a day. I went through my jam band phase, lasted a little longer than it needed to. But what phase is this? Lord, tell me what phase. And how long do I get to keep it? All we do is change. All we do is change. So tell me, how long do I get to keep this faith? Through that phase where I was gonna read every piece of classic literature until I read Crime and Punishment, and it took forever. Then someone handed me in a current, and I was like, no, think of all the places I could go, people I could meet, instead of reading that goddamn book. What phase is this? Lord, tell me what phase. Oh, and how long do I get to keep it? Oh, all we do is change. All we do is change. So tell me, how long do I get to keep this faith? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long? Thank you so much for coming to the Spinnaker Lounge at this hour. This is early for me, and maybe for you too. I'm not sure what schedule you're on, or how late you were up last night. But it's nice to be here, and this is a fun gig. You sway around a lot. I tried to get them to strap me in, but they said it would look too like kinky, and that wasn't the vibe they were going for the 4:30 p.m. show. But if you come to my atrium 10 p.m. show or whenever that is, and I'll be all strapped in. That one's in the middle though, it's not as sway. It's good to be here. This is my second year on the boat. I'm just a kid. I mean, you guys, I meet people up here all the years, and you guys have all the years. And I'm trying to catch up. It's been nice. It's been a nice beginning of the year show-wise. It's been an easier tour. The tour I did at the end of the year was the hardest tour I've done in a long time. It was this November tour, last November, and the first show I did was 2 days after the election. It was a tough gig for me. Yeah, it was tough because I'm always trying to go out there, and my goal always each night is to heal those who need to be healed. That's my goal, and especially that 2 days after the election, that was my mission, was to go out there and heal those who needed to be healed. But the first two shows of the tour were in Arizona. And a lot of those people did not need to be healed. They were doing just fine. I knew that going in. I'm not stupid, you know. I know how it is. So it's fine. But it was interesting because I did those two shows and I was driving over to California for the next shows, and I got this guy slid into my DMs, and it was an interesting DM. This is what he said. He said, "Dear John," I don't know if that's how it sounded, but that's kind of what I thought. He said, "Dear John, I'm a conservative and I like your music, so suck on that." I was like, oh, cool. I knew that that's the case. I know not everybody is fully on board with the Craigie message. That's fine. That's how music is. I know some of y'all are skipping a few songs. That's fine. That's the beautiful thing about music. Some of you guys are like, man, this guy really speaks to me. Look, not this one. Boop. It's okay. Skip away. It's what music's for. But I thought it was interesting that he chose to send that to me, because I don't know if I would do the same thing if the roles were reversed. Like if I was driving around and some Kid Rock came on and I was really digging the Kid Rock, I wouldn't be like, I gotta email Kid right now. He needs to know. This bit's doing all right, I thought. About half and half. But you know, that was 2 days after the election. The day after the election, I was in Portland, Oregon. I woke up there, and that's a tough day for, no, thank you. The day after the election is a tough day for anyone because it's a big unfollow day on social media. I try to rise above all that. I tried, but I was guilty of it, man. You know, I was there in bed and I was judging all my friends' posts, you know. I was. I'm not as enlightened as I thought. And it was interesting for me to see how I judged him, because like I was in bed and I went to my first friend's post and he was like, "I don't even have the strength to get up this morning." And I was like, "Good, you can stay." Next post was this guy, he was like, "I'm moving to Canada." I was like, "Oh, we cool. Third person was like, "Beautiful sunrise with my latte." I was like, I don't care for that optimism, Derek. Either way, no matter what, I'm here to heal you if you need to be healed. Thank you for spending this afternoon with me. I'm awake and I'm crazy. In the past I was doomed. I can't think anything to describe what I do. It's just the last breath, catching the next breath, I suppose. My heart is aimless, this much I know. And they gave me this virgin guitar. You ain't got no song, and I'm no one to sing to, but I keep pressing on. I ain't your first choice, oh, you ain't my first choice, I know, but I'll be a lone voice My darkness you'll absorb. In the water's deep, child, and the river is long, and I lay my head here, but I won't call it home. You on a journey, I'm on a journey with no destination. We're on our home, yeah. So why do I worry? I'm supposed to be lost, like some floating ember at a brand new Pentecost. We need the bad things to make the good things. I know, I hear them singing. No rain, no road. Off with some political humor on Cayamo. I'm going to spread out all my political bits. I'll just do one per set, and that way you can just sort of, it's done, and that'll be nice. And I'll take you, I'll go somewhere else with this next story. I try to get out. Portland is lovely, you know, but it's cold in the winter, so I try to go somewhere nice in the winter. And last winter, I went to Oslo, Norway, which is it's nice, but it's cold. I didn't mind it though. I was talking last night on my show, I like doing the dark and cold places though, because I think my music works better. I go to Hawaii, it's like, hey, they want some rainbow songs or dolphin songs. I'll be backstage trying to write some rainbow dolphin song that don't fly. But Oslo was cool, but I'd never been there before, and I was at the gig, and before they let the people in, I was sound checking. And it was tiny. It was like this little room, and they had like a floor and then a little balcony. And I was up there sound checking, and the woman who booked the show, she came out, and she didn't say hi or welcome to Oslo. She just said, "Don't worry, people are coming." Which I think, you know, she meant for that to be encouraging, but I got scared. I said, "Oh, I wasn't worried before, but now I'm a little worried." "Why you gotta say it like that?" She said, No, people are coming, but that's not what I want you to worry about." I said, "Oh, that's very sweet of you." "What should I worry about?" She said, "What you need to worry about is the fact that all Norwegians are shy." I said, "Geez, I didn't know that was true, but that's great, I like shy. I love a good shy, sad audience, that's my dream." My nightmare is a bunch of happy extroverts, that's my nightmare. No offense to all y'all, I'm sure. But that is kind of what Cayamo is. That's what the poster should say, which is a lovely trait to be. Don't lose that. Just know that it terrifies me. But anyway, I said, "Oh, that's great, I like shy people." She said, "No, it's a problem because they're too shy to come to the front, so they all crowd the balcony. And it's a fire hazard and it's terrible." I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "What do you want me to do about it?" She said, "I need you to tell them to get down to the front." I was like, "Shh. I'm not gonna do that." She said, "Why not?" I said, "Well, I know it's your first Craigie show, but that's not really the vibe. I'm not James Brown. I've never told anyone to get down from anything." She left, and I did my sound check. I went backstage, and a minute before I was supposed to go on, she came back to get me, and she was all flustered. She was like, "It's happening, they're squished in the balcony, it's terrible." I got out there. She was right, though. Floor was empty, balcony was just all Norwegians. All squished. It was the cutest thing I had seen all year. I would have just let the show go on like that, but she was off stage being like, "Tell him, you gotta tell him right now, tell him to get to him." Finally I did, but in my very passive West Coast musician way. At some point I was like, "Hey, just so you know, whatever you're feeling is valid." Honor your truth. But if you'd like, just know you're welcome to the front. And they were quiet for a sec. I saw them going, "What are you saying? Should we go down?" Finally, 4 of the bravest Norwegians were like, "We got you." I was born dead, Mama told me. She said the devils, they didn't want me, and they left me behind for her to hold. And she said, no one could see me, I'd be invisible to everybody, and we would have revenge on what they stole. She said fire was how we'd make them pay. As I ran across the field, she would scream, "Light it up, son! Light it up, son!" Yeah, she would send me in with the matches, and I would burn that shit down to ashes. I would crawl out of the flames back into her arms. She was right, no one could see me, I was her ghost. I was her banshee, and in our wake, we watched Montana burn. Somehow they figured out that it was her, but it only made us run faster. Light up, son! Oh, 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 light up, son! Oh, 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 light up! She was tired of the chase. She decided that we will make our peace. See, I've been born dead. She'd been jealous the whole time. So she tied us both to the stairwell, made me light one last farewell. I could still hear her crying through the flames. And when the Helena police arrived at the scene, fire must have burned away my visibility. They pulled me out, not a scratch they couldn't believe. Just a loose rope wrapped around me and not tied to anything. Light up, son! Oh, 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 light up, son! Oh, 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 light it up, oh, oh, yeah. Oh, 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 light it up, oh, oh, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. I've never been to Oslo before. I did Norway and Sweden and all that stuff during that time. It's nice to branch out. When I first started going to Europe, they were only booking me shows in the UK, and I like the UK, but an American wants to be more exotic, you know what I'm saying? And I said, I want to be exotic. I want to play in Greece and France and Italy. And they said, we're only going to send you places they speak English. I said, damn. Craigie does not discriminate like that. They said it's not discrimination, it's just that most of your show is in English, and I don't think it would translate well unless someone's like a big fan of the G chord. I don't know if it would do so well. I said, okay, a little harsher than necessary, but thank you for the honesty. But I said, okay. I said, is it because of the stories? They said, yeah, it's because of the stories. I said, well, I could do a show with no stories. And they said, well, it would only be 8 minutes long. 8 minutes of Craigie, they didn't want that, I guess. So, but I've been pushing, they've been getting me out there. I got to do France. I like France. French people are nice, don't listen to what they say. I like the French people. Even though the first French promoter I met, she was a little harsh on me. I was backstage my first show in Paris ever. I was so excited. And she said, Jean Craigie, don't talk. I said, at all? Yes, don't talk. I said, I got a whole thing. I think they might like it. She said, no. I said, why? But she said, they don't want you to talk. I said, why? Because they won't understand? She said, no, they'll understand, they just don't want you to talk. I said, I got a thing. I think it'll go over. And this is what she said to me. I don't know if this is true. She said, John, I appreciate your intention, but in all honesty, when an American with an acoustic guitar comes to France, we would like that American to fulfill one of two stereotypes, and that's it. I said, oh, well, maybe I fulfill these stereotypes. What are they? She said, stereotype one, we'd like you to do either stereotype number one, which is do the Johnny Cash, Hank Williams thing, where then they can be like, this is a cowboy and he kills people, this is good. I was like, oh, I don't really do that. What's the second one? She said, it's when you do the Townes Van Zandt, Guy Clark thing, where they're like, this is a cowboy, he wants to kill himself, this is great. Didn't know how that was gonna go over. Good. Anyway, I went out, I talked, it was fine, I did my thing. They were so nice, the crowd was so nice. I came backstage, she was there, she looked mad. Jean Craigie, you talked? I said, sorry. It's okay? She said, the thing is, I don't know, because you are not a cowboy and I don't know if you're happy or sad. This is hard. Tell me about it. I've been trying hard to live with less. I've been trying hard to live with less. Seems the more that I lose, easier I move. I ain't ever felt so blessed. This city, she been holding me. I got roses and stumps in my dream. Oh, she gave me a place where I can escape, and she takes the time to tend to me. Yes, I love it when my neighbor gets high. Oh, I love it when my neighbor gets high. Yeah, she picks up her guitar, I can hear it through the walls, and it sounds just like a butterfly. Oh, 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 oh. I believe this storm will move on. I could see you all been rained upon. Hell, you're just like me, soaking wet and set free, with endless paths to walk along. I've been trying hard to live with less. I've been trying hard to live with less. It seems that the more that I lose, easier I move. I ain't never felt so blessed. Seems the more that I lose, easier I move. Thank you for being so sweet. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I like people are so nice, but I've said this before, and on my live album I name dropped Cayamo, which I thought was nice, but then I also said how scared I am on Cayamo because you got to talk to a lot of people, and that's really nice. They're all nice. I'm just bad at talking to people. It's not your fault. There's just like the 5% of the weirdos they make me scared. And if you're out there being like, he ain't talking about me, it's you. Sorry, but that's what I've learned. I used to go to the merch table, and that one person who was like, I ain't weird at all, I was like, you're the one I'm scared of. I'm just bad also. I'm bad with compliments. I overthink the compliments. Like that last song is a song, and this guy came up to me at a show, and he was like, man, I got some of your lyrics tattooed on me. I was like, that should make me happy, right? But instead I was like, oh, this ain't gonna be good. And I said, which ones? And in that song, I have a line that's okay, but out of context, he just said, it was on his arm, it just said, you're just like me, soaking wet and set free, John Craigie. I was like, oh man, I don't like that. I didn't like it. Recently, a girl came up to me and she said, she was kind of annoyed though. She said, I got one of your song names tattooed on me, but she looked upset. I was like, oh, you seem upset. She was like, well, I got an abbreviation. You have a song called Dissect the Bird, and I just put DTB on my upper hip, and I was like, oh. She's like, yeah, people don't know what it stands for. I was like, yeah, I'm not that popular. She said someone thought it stood for down to bone, and I was like, man. One, you're hanging out with too many frat boys, and two, I was like, did you get at least like a little bird next to it? She said, nah, I almost gave her $50. Go get a bird, come on. I don't mean to sound, I'm very grateful anyone listens at all, you know. I get scared though, I do get scared. Like there's this thing that happens, it's called Spotify Wrapped. Do you guys know about this? And then everyone gets, if you have this thing, it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. There's a thing called Spotify, and you can listen to music on it, and at the end of the year, if you're a listener, they do this thing and they tell you what song you listen to the most, and they give you some data, people like that. But if you're a musician, they give you other data, and each year it gets creepier and creepier, and it's starting to creep me out. Like in the early days, it would just be like, oh, all these people listen to you in these states, and that's it. This year, they were like, all this happened, and one guy listened to you for 700 hours, and I was like, that's where I wanted to stop. I feel like next year they're gonna be like, and it's this guy, his name is Brandon, he lives in Minneapolis, stay away from Brandon. Brandon's at every show, I know he is. Anyway, I just want to sing you this song. It's a new song, and this is a true story of a thing that happened to me a long time ago, and I didn't write the song right away because I didn't think it was song-worthy, but then I wrote it down a few years ago because I was getting interviewed, and sometimes interviewers, they'll say something like, what was your worst show ever? I'll be like, oh, thanks for being so positive. I don't know if I have a worst show, but I have a lot of weird shows, and this was a weird show I had that ended up being kind of sweet. It was a house concert. Well, first of all, I saw Jeff Tweedy yesterday, and Jeff Tweedy said, I hate when people tell you a story about a song of stuff that's in the song, and I was like, fuck, that's my whole career, Jeff. Maybe don't tell the crowd what we're doing up here. Respect, Jeff, I love you. Anyway, I'm about to tell you what this song is about. I played it. It was a house show, and I got there, and there was nobody there, so I just was eating the snacks, and then that's not that wrong, right? It was my snacks, I think. I was gonna leave though, but then two people came in, and so I started playing for them, but then they wrote on a piece of paper that they were both deaf, and so I stopped the show. I know people they laugh when I say that, and I don't mean for it to be funny, but it's not ha-ha funny, but it's awkward funny. But anyway, it ended up being really sweet. I just ended up writing back and forth with one of them for the whole show, so that's what the song's called. Well, some shows are good, some shows are bad, mostly they're just strange. Tell me about your weirdest one, I will throw mine back just the same. One time, two deaf girls were the only ones who came to my show. Try to beat that, my friend, try to beat that, you won't. Oh, mm-hmm. A random house show in Montreal, and the host didn't make it. She didn't even call, and I sat awkward in the living room, about to give up when in walked these two. And they sat down, expected me to play, so I picked up my guitar, started to sing. I got through about 2 or 3 songs. They didn't even clap, they just smiled in response, and one fell asleep, so I decided to take a break. Put down my guitar and walked their way. I stuck out my hand, I tried to say hi. The awake one grabbed some paper to write. Mallory, sound is all I have, but I'll come back for you. I come back when I've learned more, but Mallory, right now, sound is all I have. Yeah, she wrote down her name was Mallory and apologized for her friend for falling asleep. Told me she was deaf, that's why she was writing. Asked me if I knew any sign language, and I wrote back that I did not, except the sign for pizza and the sign for smoking pot. She held the pen and wrote with a grin, what else do you need in the end, Mallory? Sound is all I have, but I'll come back for you. I come back when I've learned more, but Mallory, right now, sound is all I have. I wrote down, what are you doing here? And she crossed it out, wrote, what are you doing here? I wrote down that it was my job to, and she looked around at the empty room. And I wrote down that I was just starting out, and it's hit and miss when you're just starting out. And she wrote back, oh, I guess that's true, but me and my friend, we came just for you. And I was speechless, I was wordless, I held the paper, but I had no response. She felt the pause and let it breathe, then wrote, if only we had some pizza and some weed. Mallory, sound is all I have, but I'll come back for you. I'll come back when I've learned more, but Mallory, right now, sound is all I have. And the show was over when a friend woke up, and the piece of paper was nearly all filled up. There was just enough room for me to write, I hope I could sing to you again sometime. And I stole this melody from David Bowie, I guess it doesn't matter, you'd never know it. You said he was your favorite, I thought that was strange, but now it makes perfect sense to me. And if I see you again, I will play you this song. You could feel the vibrations with your hands on the wood. You could read my lips, maybe just enough to make out the most important parts. Mallory, sound is all I have, but I'll come back for you. I come back when I've learned more, but Mallory, right now, sound is all I have. Young American, she want a young American, all all night. She won't. You can help me sing if you want, no pressure at all, but it's only year 2 for me, so I don't really have the authority to push, but I'll just sing it nice and quiet if you want to do it with me. Young American, she want a young American all night. There it is. She want a young, just like that. Young American, she want a young American I'm gonna get louder. You don't have to if you don't want. Oh, she want a young American, she want a young American. Oh, hey, she want a young American, she want a young American. Oh, hey, she want last word. Young American, she want a young American Mallory. Right now, sound is all I hate. Well, you guys didn't boo my French accent earlier, so I'll tell you another story. This one takes place in Switzerland, in this town called Nyon, which is Swiss, but they speak French there. I was out playing this little gig there. I went out to dinner beforehand with this guy. His name was Benjamin, and he was really funny and sassy. And we were eating dinner, and he said, Jean, you must come back and play our festival. And I said, yeah, I would love to. What's it called? And he said, how do you say in English? As Blue Balls Festival. Thanks for being as mature as I am. I thought that was funny. He said, Jean, what is so funny? So I explained to him the best I could why that was funny, and he said, I see, this is funny, I see. I said, Benjamin, what is the French word for blue balls? And he thought for a second, he said, Jean, the thing is, in France, we just have the sex, so this is impossible. Does that Here's a song about blue balls. Yeah, well, out here on the road, tires swell and the limits bleed. 1 minute you're a hero, the next minute you're asleep. You can fall in love 100 times and no one would ever know. You could shed 1,000,000 layers and still be sweating in the snow. Yeah, but the night is still young. Our music said it's done, and we ain't leaving this bar, Patrick, until we find you some love. This song's called We Ain't Leaving This Bar, Patrick, parentheses, till we find you some love. And forgive my crass opening to this song, that was not nice to Patrick. But it is a true story. I was on tour with my friend Patrick, and we were playing this gig, and Patrick, I think it was his first time on tour ever. He was just a dude in Santa Cruz who'd never been on tour, and he's excited to go on tour with me. I think he was enjoying the tour, except he thought maybe there were going to be a lot more girls on John Craigie tour than had been. So far there had been 0. Girls had been in the audience and around, but we had not spoken to any of them because we didn't know how. But I was really cocky this one night after a show. I said, Patrick, we ain't leaving this bar till we find you some love. He said, cool. How are you gonna do that? I said, I don't know, actually. Well, we were sitting in the corner for a while, and I said, Patrick, it'd be a lot easier if I just wrote a song where in the song we talk to girls. He said, yeah, that sounds a lot better, so that's how the song is. Yeah, some of these women are crazy. Some are gonna drive you wild. Oh, the women down in Baton Rouge, they do nothing but make you smile. Yeah, some of these men wanna kill me, some wanna love me so. There's a couple guys in Milwaukee who probably wanna do a little bit of both. Yeah, and the night is still young. Our music said it's done, and we ain't leaving this bar, Patrick, till we find you some love. There's a grandma in South Dakota, yeah, she treats me like a star. She tell me she listens to nothing but John Craigie CDs and NPR. Oh, she said, when you gonna get famous, boy? When you gonna shine? I said, the more famous that you get, honey, the worse songs that you write. Yeah, the night is still young. Our music said it's done, and we ain't leaving this bar, Patrick, until we find you some love. I know this tour's been weird, I know this tour's been hard, but like you said, playing to an empty room is still better than any other job. Oh, maybe we make it to the big time, or maybe we just stay here. But this world ain't nothing but an open road full of beautiful people's ears. Yeah, and the night is still young. Our music said it's done, and we ain't leaving this bar, Patrick, till we find you some love. Yeah, the night is still young. Our music set is done, and we ain't leaving this bar, Patrick, until we find you some goddamn. Ooh. I'm very lucky to have some great friends on this boat, and I want to bring up my dear friend Jay Cobb Anderson from Fruition, and Jay Cobb Anderson, he's going to help me with this next song. Give up for Jay. Feel free to chime too, we didn't talk about that. This is a song, it's in D actually, is that okay? Is it not, was it not in D in the record? Okay, I think it's D. We're pros. I got the idea for this song. I was talking to a friend of mine. She'd been drinking a lot. I thought it was impressive, but she thought it was too much, which I guess is fair. And she said to me she's gonna stop drinking. I thought that was, if that's what she wanted, that's good. But sometimes people stop drinking, they stop everything, which is also good. But I was gonna miss smoking weed with her, and I said, oh man, can we not smoke weed together? She said, no, the program I'm on, you can still do psychedelics and smoke weed. I said, what's that program? And she said it's called California Sober, so that's why. I'm gonna hang from the rafters and stretch out my crooked spine. I'm gonna hang from the rafters and stretch out my crooked spine. I see your black-haired woman every time I close my eyes. You were born sunny side up, spine to spine with your mom. You're born sunny side up, spine to spine with your mom. Yes, and Mary never told Jesus to get a job. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, we down in Petaluma said the drinking days are over. Well, we down in Petaluma said the drinking days are over. Still smoking weed on the weekend, call it California Sober. Alright, Jay, tell me how it is. I lay a busted harmonica out on Pigpen's grave. I lay a busted harmonica out on Pigpen's grave. I cure my Oakland sadness on the shores of Monterey. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hang from the rafters, stretch out my crooked spine. I'm gonna hang from the rafters, stretch out my crooked spine. I see a black-haired woman every time I close my eyes. Lord, Lord, I see a black-haired woman every time I close my eyes. We got some more friends and amazing talent. If we could get Rainbow Girls up here soon. This is Vanessa. This is Cayamo. Oh yes, timbre. And we haven't rehearsed this yet. Sorry, not to tell you that we care, but we just been busy. And if you have seen me not being busy, don't tell anybody. But busy is relative. So we're just gonna go over this chorus real quick, if you don't mind, and then we'll get into it. This is what we call. This is a workshop show. This is what lazy folk singers do. And I hope that they're very professional and I'm not. And I was like, hey, you guys, cool if we rehearse it on stage. They're like, fuck you, John. But you know, there's just like, when you roll, when you roll. When you roll,
Yeah, we are professional.
That's the climax part. For them to hear that part. Okay, this song's called Broken. Well, your mama knows, she sends out a prayer to Jesus. Yeah, your mama knows, and she sends out a prayer to Jesus. And the pretty women know, but you don't want to pick up the pieces when you're broken. When you're broken, oh yeah. And he says this too shall pass. Are you dead? He knows. And he says this too shall pass. But you wake up in the morning, try hard not to look back. Oh, when you're broken. broken heart, yeah. And it tries to warm your skin. Yeah, the highway knows. And it tries to warm your skin. And your guitar knows. Try to put you back together again. Ah, when you're broken. When you're broken. When you're broken. When you're broken. Woo-hoo. There's a lot more music this week, and Rainbow Girls are playing tonight right here at 10. Jay Cobb and Fruition is playing also tonight.
No. Wednesday we're doing some kind of thing in the Spinnaker.
Oh yeah, after dark-ish.
After dark. Yes. We're gonna have a lot of friends sitting in. So.
Yeah, and I didn't want to max out all my friends on my first set, but this is what's happening. So maybe I'll make some new friends before the next one. But please welcome Aoife O'Donovan if she's out there. We'd like to have her This is our friendship sing debut. I opened for Aoife a long time ago, but she reminded me that we did not hang out at all after the show, or sing, or talk for that matter. But that's I was a lot shyer back then. Just kidding, I'm the same shy now. But an introduction to sitting in with me. I thought this is a good what do they call it when you have to do something? Yeah, what's it like? More like when you get into a frat and it's like. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds harsh.
I
guess that sounds harsh. I meant like
we have to put our butts together and move oranges.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that she has to. I'm gonna do a story, and this is like a thing that when you're sitting with Craigie, it's like the worst part of it. So.
Like I stand here.
You can stand anywhere you want, or you can also go back off stage. But then it's a short story. Give it up for Aoife, please. This is I just have two more songs, and this is a song that I wrote about the state that I was born in, which is called California. I live in Portland, Oregon now. I like Oregon. People have a lot of things to say about Oregon. Before I leave you today, I would like to tell you a very cute story about Oregon so you can have at least that in your hearts. And it happened to me last spring. I was leaving the grocery store, and I was getting my keys out of my car. I mean, my pants out of my keys. I was getting my car out of my pocket, and this is like an Andy Kaufman bit. This is bad. This is not my vibe. Anyway, I was getting my keys out of my pocket, and my AirPod case fell out of my pocket. And my AirPod case is my most dramatic inanimate object that I own. What I mean by that is it behaves like no other inanimate object that I have. When it falls to the ground, it goes fucking insane. It goes beyond the laws of physics. It acts like when a soccer player gets hit very lightly, and it's like, oh fuck. That's how it acts. Thank you for those who laughed at my niche soccer joke. Anyway, it opened up, and my left AirPod's not as dramatic as my right AirPod. My left AirPod was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking die. But my right AirPod was like, fuck everyone, and just went boom, 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 and it fell right into the sewer. I was very sad, and I went to go say goodbye to my right AirPod, and I looked down there. This is Portland, it's nice there, and it was just on a beautiful bed of organic leaves, and it was not dirty at all. And I said, I can't just let this go. But I was like, this is Portland, no one is gonna care. And I said, no, they'll care. So I Googled, what do you do if you drop your AirPod in the sewer in Portland? And a number came up. I called the number, and she was like, environmental toxic dump emergency hotline. I was like, oh, She said, what is your toxic emergency? I said, I dropped something in the sewer. She said, okay, what is it? I said, it's my right AirPod. And she said, not toxic enough. I said, really? And she said, yeah, I can't help you. I said, but there's a little sign that said it flows to the ocean. And I said, I don't want a dolphin choking on this. Do you? She was like, no, I don't want a dolphin choking on this. She said, but I can't help you, but here's who can. She gives me a number. I said, what's this number? She said, it's the city of Portland. I said, they ain't gonna care. She said, they'll care, don't worry. And so, thank you. Do you work for the city of Portland? No. Is there a file on me with this whole thing? Let's talk about the show. So I called the city of Portland, and this woman answered, and I was like, you know what, Craigie, just be straight. Don't dance around the object. She's like, city of Portland? I was like, I dropped my AirPod in the sewer. And I just heard her go, you want us to come get it? I was like, can you? She was like, yeah, we can. I was like, how much is it gonna cost? And she was like, it's free. I was like, yeah. She said, Mr. Craigie, I can't make this a priority. I said, don't, put this low on the list, like last. And she was like, I can't have someone out there for at least 30 minutes. I was like, love you and goodbye. So I went for a walk. It was a lovely spring day in Portland. And 20 minutes later, I get a phone call. John, we have your dirty ass AirPod. And I said, thank you. Anyway, on the way back, I knew it was free, but I wanted to be cool. I've never done anything cool in my entire life, and I wanted to do that thing where you put the money in the hand and you go, here you go, you know? I wanted to do that. Hey, have you guys ever done that? Oh, fuck. Yeah, like this though, there you go. Yes, in the hand. What? No, I've never tipped someone. You ever given anyone money? No. In the hand, cupped, you know, super sitcom dad style or whatever. I'd never done it, so I had the $20 bills in my hand, ready to go. And I got to the guy, gave me the AirPod, and I was like, here you go. And he looked down, and he goes, I can't accept your bribe, sir. I was like, no, it's not a bribe. I just want to give this to you. And he's like, I can't do it. It's illegal. I said, what if I just drop this 20 in the sewer and walk away? This song's about California. And you try to drown your sorrows. You shouldn't have taught them how to swim. Now you are right back where you began. Winter skies approaching, all alone in the wasteland. Alone is the only way that they let you in. So drink all my wine and cut all my trees. Make love on my beaches, smoke all my weed. I am California. Can't you see, wherever you roam, you always want me. And we struggle with our loving. We don't know what to let in, 'cause the new one to pay for the old one's sin. blinded by your shadows and fainted on your love. You don't know how deep you are till you get pulled back up. So drink all my wine and cut all my trees. Make love on my beaches, smoke all my weed. I am California, can't you see? Wherever you roam, you always want me. Drink all my wine and cut all my trees. Make love on my beaches, smoke all my weed. I am California, can't you see? Wherever you roam, you always want me. Yeah, take all my gold, soak in my springs, conquer my mountains if that's what you need. I am California, can't you see? Wherever you roam, you always want me. Yeah, you always want me. You always want me. You always want me. Oh, you'll always want me. You always want me. You always want me. Yeah, you always want me. You always want me. You always want me. We're gonna do one more quick one. Thank you so much for being here. We'll do one little sing-along. Thank you for singing with us. This song is a nice moment for me in the sing-along part because when I was a little boy, I was raised by very square parents, and they were nice parents, but they didn't know anything or tell me anything about music. And I was a little boy at a friend's house at a play date, and he said, Johnny, that's what they used to call me when I was a little kid. I said, Johnny, do you want to see the greatest moment in rock and roll history? And I said, I haven't seen any moments in rock and roll history. Let's start with the greatest. And he pops in his VHS tape, and it's the band Queen, and it's the performance at Live Aid, which is a very nice and important moment in rock and roll history. But interestingly enough, it was not at the beginning. It was just happened to be paused or started out in the middle of the show, and there's this part, if you've seen it, where Freddie is having fun with the crowd, and he's going, "Bebop," and the crowd's like, "Bebop," and he's like, "Bebop," and he does that for a few minutes. And anyway, before he finished that part, my mom picked me up, and so for years I thought that was what rock and roll was.
was like, to be honest, Sesame Street is better, but yeah, it's not bad. So I'm gonna teach you this sing-along. It's really easy, and it's a little Freddie Mercury moment. The first part of the sing-along is just, it's a letter, and it goes, oh, oh. Let's make sure that's the right key. Yeah, okay, good. And then the second part is a guy's name. It goes, Christopher, Christopher. And the last part is 4 words. It goes, please bless these nomads. Real quick. Please bless these nomads. That's the song, and I'll tell you when it comes. Oh, is Bart Budwig out there? Okay, yeah. Do it for Bart Budwig. Yeah, clogged through brambles and we swam through mud. Climbed over fences and kicked up some dust. Waded through trash, waded through the weeds. Wild dogs nipping at our feet. Not yet. We slept in ditches and we slept in the fog. Slept in your beds while you were gone. Watched our lives get scattered and torn. Get underground and came out reborn. Here comes. Oh, Christopher, please bless these nomads. Just like that. Please bless these nomads. All right, Jay. Some blood, we bled some oil too. Bled on the liars so everyone knew. Fake musicians failing, we just let them sing. If y'all lyrics were true, yeah, I probably wouldn't forget. Oh, Christopher, please bless these nomads. Oh, Christopher, please bless these nomads. All right, Bob, tell us how. Bart Budwig. I met my enemies, I met my foes. Taught my songs and I just made them join. Ate all the drugs that we were able to eat. Saw the infinite and made our peace. Hey, oh, Christopher, please bless these nomads. Oh, Christopher, please bless these nomads. I only got one more verse and one more chorus, and I'm not trying to milk this, even though it might appear that I am, with extended trumpet solos and such, but I feel very comfortable in the bosom of your, oh, and so What I'd like to do is try something out. When I was recording this song for the album, Bart was there, Rainbow Girls were there, and we were in the Rainbow Girls living room, and my friend Jamie Coffis, who I wish could be here, but he can't. He's alive, but he just can't be here. I want to get dramatic there for a second. He is not with us on the boat. That sounded like, anyway, he's fine. But he did this really cool vocal thing that I have no business doing, and I won't really get it, but I thought, because you guys sound so good in your O, what'll happen is we could do maybe 2 of the normal ones, and then I'll say something cool like Springsteen would say. I'll be like, take my back, and then you just keep doing the O Christophers, and I'll try this Jamie Cobbs thing, and just little shy in the background of it all, and no matter how bad it sounds, just you keep going with O Christopher, and after 2 of those, I'll blow some harmonica to clean up my mess, and you just keep O Christopher. How's that feel, Cayamo? You got my back? Okay, last verse. We lost some lovers, not Jamie Cobbs, and lost some friends. He's fine. Sorry, okay, that's also not my style. You know, this is like, okay. We lost some lovers, we lost some friends. Some by accident, some by our own hand. But I ain't your mama, I won't take you home. We're moving forward, children, from now on. Oh, Christopher, please bless these Nomads. Just like that. Oh, Christopher, please bless these Nomads. Take my back. Oh, Christopher, please bless these Nomads. Oh, Christopher, please bless these Nomads. Yeah. Please bless these Nomads. Last one. Oh, Christopher, please bless these Nomads. Thank you so much. That's Bart Budwig, Jay Cobb Anderson, Aoife O'Donovan, the Rainbow Girls. We will see you much more. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.
So we're going to run into you all again?
I hope so.